The president, meantime, leaves for Poland this hour as part of his second foreign trip as commander-in-chief. Just as President George W. Bush did, President Trump is breaking tradition and visiting the country before longtime allies Britain, France, or Germany. Congressman, why do you think Poland is such an important ally now?
Well, if you look at countries like Poland, they're very pro-American. I think France and Germany, as we've seen recently, and in other administrations, have had differences with certainly this president and other presidents. I think countries like Poland really understand that U.S. security guarantees are of the utmost significance to them, being close to Russia. And so I think he'll be greeted very warmly over there. And I think it would be great for him to go and deliver the message that we intend to honor our security commitments. We believe in a free Eastern Europe, and we're going to continue to stand by those policies.
And then the president travels on to Germany on Friday for the G20 summit, and he is scheduled to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin as well as German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Your thoughts on that? What do you want to see out of that meeting, Congressman?
Well, I think with Putin, I think the media is going to be obsessed on Russian hacking and Russia putting out information in an election, and they're saying the United States needs to respond. Well, that happened under Barack Obama's watch. That was an Obama failure. He did respond, I think, with pretty weak sanctions in December. So I don't know that you spend as much time on that as the media would like him to. I would look at areas where there's really significant problems, like Syria. We've come into contact with Russia there. That has the potential to be a really significant situation. It already is, but between our two countries, I would talk about international terrorism. Russia, to me, you really can't count on them to be solid against terrorism. When it's in their interest to do it, they will, but yet they're a big supporter of Iran, which is the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism. So I think pressuring them on this Iranian relationship is something else that the president could do.
Harlan?
Congressman Harlan Hill here. So I understand why the mainstream media talks about Russia constantly. I mean, it's great for their ratings. But your colleagues, your Democratic colleagues, ultimately, they're not able to get past the election because Russia didn't, lead to Hillary Clinton's email scandal. Russia wasn't able to articulate a reason for why Hillary Clinton was running for president. Russia really wasn't the reason that she lost. But Democrats have not been able to move past this. Are you surprised that they're still bogged down in the melees of that Russian discussion?
I'm not surprised, but you're right. It's disappointing. If you look at, I think there's been a consistent effort to kind of misrepresent, too, what Russia actually did. And you'll hear terms like they hacked the election. And I think the implication of that is that somehow they interfered with our electoral processes, our voting machines, which is not the case. They were putting out information. I'll tell you, the classified report that we in Congress reviewed back in December, the vast bulk of that was actually unclassified concerning the activities of the cable show Russia Today. I mean, I think everybody knows that's just a propaganda outlet. And then they were involved in email hacking and some social media stuff. So I think it's a legitimate issue, but I think it's just been so politicized. And I think the narrative has been so far beyond what the facts actually were that I think the more the Democrats kind of focus on that, I do think that it hurts them. And so Republicans, when Trump voters hear Russia, Russia, Russia constantly, I think they view that as that the other side doesn't have policy responses to his agenda.
Congressman, it was good to see you. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Congressman Ron DeSantis, take care.
Thanks.